and welcome to Behind the Judging Panel, an exclusive look into the Data Center World Awards 2025. Each year, the Data Center World Awards celebrate the very best in design, creativity, and innovation, recognising the trailblazers who push the boundaries of what's possible. Ever wonder what the judges are looking for? What sets a winning entry apart from the rest? In this series, we're pulling back the curtain to show you exactly how your work is evaluated and who the experts are behind the decisions. I'm Rebecca Uffendale, tech reporter at Techarati, and today my guest is Umaimer Haider, Senior Lecturer of Computer Science and Digital Technologies and judge for 2025's edition of the Data Center World Awards. So, how do you think the Data Center World Awards contribute to fostering collaboration and knowledge sharing within the industry?
From my perspective, I think so. DCW Awards definitely serves as a good platform for showcasing innovations and best practices, particularly in a cost-effective way. So it brings together diverse stakeholders from around the world, you can say, ranging from industry experts such as hyperscalers, co-location providers, to emerging players such as the SMEs and the startups. So basically, this awards, I think, will encourage cross-sector dialogues. It emphasizes on new technologies and the strategies for others to learn from it. So in short, I would say it acts as a catalyst for knowledge sharing, because normally people go and read the award-winning projects that what they have done it, and this has been followed by other organizations, that how could they take this up and further improve this as well. So yeah, in short, I think it's a very good way to go forward in terms of knowledge sharing.
And as the data center industry evolves, how have the DCW Awards adapted to stay relevant and reflective of current trends and challenges?
Yeah, that's a very good question. As you mentioned, that the data center industry evolves, as we all know, that the data center industry has seen multiple folds of growth over the last decade, particularly after the COVID. As we know that at the moment, as of now today, we have around 67% of the population have access to internet. And if they have access to internet, that's obvious they are using the digital services, and that comes from the data centers as well. So since the past couple of years, since the launch of the DCW Awards, I think that DCW Awards have continuously evolved to reflect the dynamic nature of this data center industry, such as by introducing new categories to address the modern challenges. It's not only particular about the sustainability. Even in the area of the sustainability, they have different varieties of awards categories that the people can go and see that what kind of sustainability aspects of the data center they are covering. And the other challenge that we are facing in the industry, it's about the workforce challenge, that the DCW also have the talent development category of the awards as well. So this awards not only stay relevant, but it also, I think, align with the pressing needs of today's data center sector as well. So I think it's a good approach to adaptability, and ensures that the awards remain at the benchmark for excellence in addressing not both the current and the emerging industry trends as well.
And I mean, you think you've gone really well into the new awards that we have, such as the Security of Tech, the AI Excellence Award, and Technology Project of the Year, which are reflecting those industry shifts, as you said. So, what do you think these new categories signify about the current and the future direction of the data center industry?
Definitely, these new categories reflect the increasing complexity and the connection of the data center ecosystem at the moment. And particularly I talk about the Security of the Tech Award, that underscores the critical need to safeguard data against growing cyber threats. For example, if you take how important this security is, expect this last couple of days, we have a computer targeted in cyber terror attacking major train stations across UK. So we can see that how we need to think about that, how the people will think about in terms of the security, how important this at the moment in the industry. I mean, this is just one example of the cyber terror attack. There are lots more before it happens at even at the global level as well. And if you talk about the AI excellence, as we know that no doubt the data center industry is booming because of the AI, but we need to think that how positively we take this. So AI Excellence Award not only highlights how AI is being indispensable in managing or optimizing data center operations. And the third, you mentioned about the technology. Obviously, technology is evolving, so we need to say that the people come, it's a good platform for the people to come and showcase innovations across multiple fronts. It's not only about the energy efficiency, sustainability, operational excellence, but just people to learn that it's more about that how they are using the innovative products. It's not only about the software or hardware, both perspective that how they are managing the data center.
And so, with the introduction of these new categories, do you anticipate that there's going to be a broader range of companies or projects participating in the awards? And how might these categories encourage new players or smaller innovators to showcase their work?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the new categories opens the doors for a wider area of participants, like from the established companies, as I mentioned earlier. It's not only our hyperscalers and the colo providers, but to the startups and the small innovators, because they focus on areas like AI, security, and then the awards provide them an opportunity for these startups that may excel in these fields to gain recognitions about this in the industry. Basically, it's the inclusivity is not only enhancing the competition but also provides a platform for fresh ideas and disruptive innovations to be spotlighted on a global stage. So, I mean, I think through DCW Awards acknowledgement, they will get an opportunity to evaluate their innovative product at broader scale, particularly in the data center sector, and provide them the pathway to make it better further. Because, as you mentioned, the security AI that exist, but sometimes their innovative products might not have been applied on the data centers they had been using at various other fronts. So this will give them more opportunity to evaluate their product at that large scale level.
And as a judge, when you're approaching and evaluating these submissions, what are the key aspects you prioritize when reviewing the entries for the awards?
When I evaluate this kind of applications, my approach is holistic. I consider both the technical excellence and the broader impact of each submissions. What comes through me, I obviously my prioritization on the three things is the innovation and the practical application of the technology, and not only about the sustainability, but because everybody talks about the sustainability, they are doing this x number of things in terms of the sustainability, but how they progress the sustainability on what impacts they are having it. So I look for projects that demonstrate a clear understanding of industry challenges and present scalable and forward-looking strategies as well. And last but not the least, in terms of the applications, I would say that the key factors in my evaluation process is that I would like to know that what the real world impact is in terms of with the facts and figures. It's not, for example, if you're applying for the environmental or any kind of sustainability, because we have different categories of sustainability awards here, DCW awards here. So, for example, if you're doing environmental impact, green data center, or the best reuse or recycling, these kind of applying, I would like to see the facts and figures. It's not only the textual, okay, we save huge amount of carbon emission, we saved huge amount of energy efficiencies. I would like to say the exact figures, what X amount of energy you have saved or what X amount of carbon you have reduced or saved. So this is how, and even like if you go for the talent development, that how many workforce you have bring the talent into the young talent has been brought into the industry, or how you train, how many you train new talent you have trained it. So yes, for my main is that innovations and based on the facts and figures they provide and how it impacts the real world.
And as the data center industry is rapidly evolving, what trends do you see as the most transformative for the industry in the coming years?
For me, my perspective is going to be several transformative trends, but I'll focus on the three main things. First is obviously everybody talks of the sustainability, which remain at the forefront. It's I don't think sustainability is not only that people will think about the increasing emphasis on energy efficiencies, carbon neutral operations, you can say, or different types of heat reuse, such as, but obviously they need to think about due to the legislations such as that is coming up, such as CSRD and energy efficiency direct. So everybody should have to think about this, that how could they further improve, how they advance in the sustainability aspects. And the second is obviously AI, is that we have the two sides of the AI, because obviously when we run the large models and everything on AI, it's keeping the impact on the data centers. But the other side of the coin, we need to think about that how we best use the integration of AI and automations that will revolutionize the data centers. resource optimizations, and for faster decision making kind of things. And last but not least, obviously, we know the edge computing, 5G, IoT, and smart cities concepts are coming up. So, how could we push this need for more decentralized data centers that is closer to the users, and obviously, transforming our data center landscape?
And finally, can you summarize the DCW Awards in 3 words?
I would say it's innovation, awareness, and excellence.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Umaima. Looking forward to seeing you at the event next year. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.
Thank you so much for giving me these opportunities, and I look forward to some great applications.